Back to episode number 51 of the SaaS landing page review show. On today's episode, we are reviewing simplybook.me. Now, if you guys are, looking for a better scheduling software, you run a salon, run a SaaS company, whatever, if you really are in any kind of business sphere, okay, and are looking for a better scheduling software, then I'd really, really recommend that you go and give these guys a check, okay? They've created a really, really simple software that allows you, that allows clients to book in your calendar. If you're having team meetings, I just really, really recommend that you go and give these guys a check, okay? So without further ado, let's get into this and start going through the headlines. So the first thing that I noticed kind of going through this page, and something that I would straight away say is you're obviously targeting lots of different submarkets. I can see here you've got salons, you're targeting fitness gyms, you're targeting, schools, universities, and different, public sectors, private sectors. One thing I would say straight away, and I say this to all, clients that I have that are targeting lots of different submarkets, is something called niche rotation. Okay. Now, niche rotation essentially means that you only focus, so like if you're targeting, for example, salon, owners in like a marketing campaign, direct them and only send them to a landing page that is just speaking to salon owners. Because the problem with like these types of landing pages where, you're targeting lots of different niches is it kind of creates confusion, and generic landing pages don't convert nearly as well as, super specific, hyper targeted landing pages. Okay. So I'd really, really recommend, and I say this to all my clients who are targeting lots of different, submarkets, whether it's public sector, private sector. I would just say that make sure when you're running campaigns, number one, don't run generic ad campaigns. Don't just run, if you're running, ad campaigns for simplybook.me, don't be running generic campaigns where you're saying, if you're a business, we have the scheduling software for you. Like, don't run campaigns like that. Only run campaigns targeted. For example, the example that I'm going to use in this kind of episode is if someone's running a salon, only run campaigns and only send, that, for example, if you're targeting, salon owners, only send them to a salon owner specific landing page. Okay. The conversion rates will absolutely skyrocket. Okay. So as an example, okay, if you were running, a salon owner specific campaign, okay, an example of a headline that you could use is, something along the lines of running a salon, ? Struggling to manage your online bookings. Okay, super, super simple. And the reason why this kind of works, I'll really quickly break it down, is because, first of all, what we're doing, as simple as it sounds, is we're literally just calling out who it's for, our target audience. The amount of founders that just skip this bit and they don't really even mention who their software is for it blows my mind. Like, if you just want to get your target audience's attention, literally just call their name out. Like it's like just call out their professional, identity or, whatever they do. Okay. It's super, super simple. And then we follow that on by introducing the problem. Okay. Now, by introducing the problem, which in this case, could be, managing the online bookings, we create what I call agitation. Okay. Because they read this, we first of all get their attention, and then we start introducing the problem, and we continue to kind of talk about the problem in the subheadline. And what, it kind of creates this pressing on the problem kind of effect, right? Because they really start, mulling over and thinking about how much this problem is kind of, becoming a nightmare for them in their business. Okay. And that's what we want them to do. You don't want a headline, or you don't want, the copy to just be, some random statements that doesn't really, when you say things like salon software to accept appointments, the problem with then types of headlines, I call it like a product statement headline, is, the salon owner reads that, but it doesn't really speak to them. If you say salon, we have the number one salon software, that doesn't speak to salon owners. You're not addressing them. The easiest thing to do to get, good converting headlines is literally just speak to, who your end user is. So if you're targeting, for example, agencies, myself, in your headline, first of all, address me, are you running an agency? Are you a digital marketing agency owner? And then follow it on with the problem that you're solving, for me as the digital marketing agency owner. Okay. It sounds so simple, but like I said, the amount of founders that just make statements and just they want to tell everyone, what their software does, and we are the number one software, and just all this crap is really, it's numerous. There's like every founder and their dog is doing it. Okay, so that's kind of the first thing with the headline. Now, again, with the subheadline, the idea with the subheadline is to kind of just continue pressing on the problem that we mentioned in the main headline. Okay, like I said, all we're trying to do in the initial headline and kind of first initial piece of copy is just really get them to kind of feel this like agitation of this problem. Okay, we want them to really think about how this problem is becoming so much of a nightmare in their business. Okay, we're not trying to tell them everything our software does and all the benefits and all the this and that, and all we're trying to do is just, first of all, get their attention and then create some agitation. Okay, because pain and problems are like one of the biggest emotional drivers. Okay, desire is not, benefits are not, that much of, compared to pain and problems, are like nowhere near on the same level. Okay, so as well, a few more things that I would kind of note is, obviously I've kind of made the point about creating separate landing pages. So if you're targeting fitness clubs, make a specific landing page and marketing campaign just targeting fitness clubs. Same, if you're targeting salon owners, make a specific marketing campaign and landing page that just speaks to salon owners. Okay. Now the other thing as well, I've noticed that as I kind of scroll down, there was quite a lot of like different information that was going on. So here you're talking about the benefits, the business benefits, the client benefits, there's lots of things going on. You're talking about customizing your own site, and you're talking about, we grow with you, and just lots of different information. And the first thing I'd say is a landing page. The idea of a landing page is for it to just, first of all, get the attention of the end user, introduce the problem, and then, kind of educate them a little bit about, the types of results that other people have got using the software, and then briefly explaining the customer journey. Okay. It doesn't need to be any more than that. You don't need to have a blog post, and, that if you want to put that on another page for SEO, do it, but not on the landing page. Okay. So what I would personally do here is, under this kind of initial page fold of the headline and stuff, I would kind of explain the user journey. Don't bother talking about each individual feature and everything, every little feature that you've got. The best thing to do is just kind of, like I said, step one, you would do this, step two, and kind of literally take them on like a user journey of how they would use the software as a salon owner. Okay. And what that does is it's something called future pacing. Okay. Because they get to almost, see what it would be like to use Simply Book Me before they've even used it. Okay. So like I said, it's that whole thing of future pacing. When you just explain features, people get lost. It creates confusion, and it creates so much friction in the sales process. Okay. Now, one more thing I'm going to mention as well is I noticed that you had some testimonials down here. The first thing I'd say is you need to move these up. Okay, because the amount of people that just will not see these testimonials, because that it's very easy to kind of just scroll straight past them, is very, very high. So move them up and move them directly below the main kind of headline. So just underneath these two CTAs here, I would kind of insert the video testimonials, and that's one more thing as well. Convert them from written to actual video testimonials. Okay, video just converts so much better. It's so much more relatable. It's a better kind of method of kind of consumption. Okay, people don't relate with written words. It's much better to use video. Okay, so guys, I really, really hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in episode number 52 of the SaaS landing page review show. Cheers.